Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we are so excited to have you again. As Nigerians are really waiting to see what will happen as it pertains to the outcome of the presidential election petition tribunal. Some of the presidential aspirants who are already in court seeking to win back their mandate have decided to put the international community on alert, and it is towards a possible sinister plot to undermine the Nigerian judiciary. And we're going to see exactly who the person is, because right now everyone's eyes is on the ball, and judiciary are going to be the referee. And according to the news, Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the leading opposition party PDP, has put Nigerians and international community on alert, alleging that there is a sinister plot to undermine Nigeria's judiciary. Mr. Abubakar is currently challenging the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Since the conclusion of the presidential election in February of this year and the attendant controversies in its trail, there have been unfortunate developments that are saddening to many Nigerians, Mr. Abubakar said in a statement by his spokesperson, Paul Ibe. According to him, he says it is needless to say that the election that brought the current government into office is the worst in the annals of democratic politics in our country, even though it was promised to be the best ever. Consequently, the outcome of that election and the arbitrariness of the electoral umpire to declare a winner against the requirement of the law has been the reason Atiku Abubakar, former vice president of Nigeria 1999 to 2007 and presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party PDP and other parties in the election, have chosen the patriotic path to challenge the outcome of that election. It is a truism that the judiciary is the only reasonable option in the quest to or for justice. As a matter of fact, our judiciary and the interpretation that they have given to our laws have been a major building block in our democratic journey so far. Our laws are very clear about the prerequisite of separation of power as a guarantee of an independent judiciary. The idea behind that concept of an independent judiciary is to insulate that branch of government from unholy fraternity between its hollow members and the rest of the society, especially the political actors. But as the proceeding on the controversial February 25th election continues at the court, there have been threats from the ruling party that aims to intimidate the judiciary from serving the duty of justice. It is regrettable that the APC and indeed agents of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have ceaselessly chosen to stand in the way of justice by making catastrophic threats to anarchy if justice is not served according to their whims. These are reports in the media about some heinous plot to harass justices sitting on the petition are anonymous to peace and the security of our nation. Our democracy gives the people of Nigeria the power to choose their leaders, and our laws demand that our judiciary must be allowed to act independently without harassment and intimidation by the government or powerful interests. To compensate the working of our democracy and seeking to compromise the workings of our judiciary is an open call for anarchy. As a party in the legislation, in the litigation that is currently reviewing the outcome of the last presidential election, we wish to express our intention to do all that is within the law in resisting any attempt to undermine our fragile democracy. Indeed, we are using this channel to call on the international community to be alerted. Nigeria's democracy should not be undermined by using the judiciary to serve the interests of the ruling party. Sadly, this has become the stock in trade of the All Progressive Congress to intimidate the judiciary. Recall that in 2019, the APC-led federal government similarly removed the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen, when it was obvious that he would not bend to their will. The Department of State Services similarly stormed the House of Judges in 2016 and 2017, all in a bid to beat the judiciary into submission. The plot of the APC is simple: intimidate the judiciary, threaten justices or judges with arrest so that they will bow to their will. This is a playbook from 2019 when they removed the CGN and then replaced him with Tanko Mohammed, who himself was later accused of corruption by his colleagues at the Supreme Court and resigned shamefully. However, the APC government never went after Tanko Mohammed as they did in Onnoghen's case because it was never about corruption but election. The APC has, over the years, built a reputation of judicial intimidation. They accuse about 10 judges of corruption, stormed their houses, and got them suspended, and yet could not convict single one of them. Justice Sylvester Nwata of the Supreme Court could not recover from the embarrassment that he ended up dying in office. Now, they have initiated a new plot. This time around, they want to intimidate the judges into delivering favorable judgment for them at the election tribunal. We draw the attention of the international community and indeed Nigerians to this fresh plot to steal the mandate of over 200 million Nigerians. We are also urging Nigerians to abide by the golden rule of eternal vigilance, being the price of liberty. On this note, we appeal to all security agencies in the country to remain professional in the discharge of their duties and resist being used as an instrument of oppression and intimidation against the judiciary. That's a big one there, I must say, coming from Atiku Abubakar. Already we've seen a lot of things on the social media pointing to that direction. Some people say meetings have been held and all of that. For me, that is by the side. But I think what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to do is also to ensure that the possibility of him winning will not be frustrated. Peter will be the same thing. So it seems all of them have aligned themselves to see how they can get the best from the judiciary. And guess what? The judiciary, based on their president, they're the only hope of the Nigerian people. But then the situation at hand demands so much from them. And if there's anything Nigerians are looking for, is for them to stand their ground and give the ideal verdicts. Already there are provable evidence everywhere pointing to one direction, that Nigeria or that the just concluded election was not as clean and as it was declared. But however, let's look at what Nigerians, those who are overly interested in this case, have to say, especially at a time like this. Someone here says this issue must be handled with all amount of carefulness, but I don't always solicit to calling on the international community because they have little or nothing they can do to the current government. I think I get what this person is trying to say, because already we know that Nigeria is a sovereign nation. So no matter how you get the international community to be involved, there's nothing actually they can do. Some other person here says, unfortunately, go to court is afraid of the outcome of the court. That's quite an interesting one there. He went further to say, they have resorted to harassment, intimidation, and coercion of judiciary to make pronunciations in their favor after their failure to defend themselves. Another person here says, stolen mandate must be recovered. PO is coming. This one here says, my question remains, who won the election between Atiku and Obi apart from Tinubu? If they cannot give us a convincing answer, They should just shut up and allow us move forward. We don't want anarchy in this land. Me too, I don't want anarchy. Another person here says that is one of the reasons the matter is in court. The court will decide who actually won the election between Atiku and Obi. Said, I am glad Badorians like you have stopped disputing the fact that your candidate truly won the election. Now you are only concerned who really won between PDP and LP. Just be patient, bro. The court will give you the answer. Only advise your candidate and his fellow Agberos not to cause chaos and anarchy when the inevitable happens. Some other person here say, so if one of Obi or Atiku chances to be declared winner, will any of them accept the other without approaching the same court? Wow, I think that's a big question for Nigerians to answer. This one said, moving forward to where? Are you not ashamed of the crushing policies of these Tinubu's presidency? Let the court remove anyone that was not the right person to be there. Serious issues there. But that's where we like to leave it. Let's read in the comment section.